Honestly, I've been playing well all year. I think lost in Australia, lost in Dallas is a bit unfortunate. I feel like I still play good tennis, but kind of just keep playing well, stay healthy. My focus is on the biggest tournaments. I want to win a big title. I want to win a Masters. I want to be in the finals of another Slam, and give myself the opportunity to play for another title again.
Yeah, it's obviously as you go pro, there's goals, there's top 100, there's top 20, and those big jumps are so much easier as you improve. You did so well last year. You're now number 4 in the world. What are those things that you're working on with your coach and your team that keep you improving, get to that 3, 2, 1? Because there's no way that you feel that you can't. There's no way.
I think I'm definitely not going to think I peaked when I think every single year I've been able to keep improving and keep getting better. So I don't think I'll start having thoughts like that until I don't keep getting better. So it's just consistently continuing to work, and I think everything can get better. And a lot of times when I play those matches against Yannick or Carlos or Novak, it becomes a lot more obvious to me, apparent to me, the things that I do need to work on and improve if I want to take that next jump, because that is, it is just those guys that I feel like I have to work on things to improve to be able to take those jumps.
Videos and stuff, people like to analyze matches and talk about it. Is that a mental process that happens for you on court? Are you literally thinking like that every moment and going through a match like that?
Yeah. I think, when I'm on the court, I'm constantly, analyzing, keeping, mental notes, tabs of certain patterns being played, serve locations being hit, where I'm definitely kind of, especially when I'm playing well and my mind is working well, I'm definitely micromanaging all these little thoughts, and so on a big point, important point, I might have a better idea of what my opponent might do, what he might think I'm going to do, stuff like that. I'm definitely very analytical, and I am always playing my best tennis when my mind is thinking well, and I'm processing all the information. It's hard to do if I happen to be really nervous or tired or something like that. Then it's hard to just think properly. But like I said, when I'm playing my best tennis, it's all coming to me very easy.
Taylor, kind of the big news today in tennis is that news of the U.S. Open kind of changing how they're doing mixed doubles. I don't know if you've heard anything about that. And I know you participated in mixed madness last year. I just want to get your thoughts overall on the change, whether you think it could be a good thing overall for tennis, and also maybe will you participate in the mixed doubles competition?
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that I'll play the mixed doubles competition. Obviously, it falls at a good time. I think that it's going to be really exciting. I think a lot of people are going to be excited about it. And I genuinely love playing mixed doubles, so I think there's a good chance I'll play it. I think for people like me, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be a good change, but obviously, I'm biased towards it because it's in a better spot for me to play. I'm never going to play it during, in between singles matches and during the tournament, so I would never play it otherwise. And I think a lot of doubles players will be upset about it. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is that mixed doubles as it was isn't adding that much to the slams. It's not creating a lot of excitement. They're not filling up stadiums and stuff. And so, it doesn't all need to be about, the money and driving people, but people will be more excited to watch it with the top players playing, singles players playing together in mixed doubles. So at the end of the day, I think the fans are going to be more excited about it.
Taylor, DJ Madlin, Sport of Tennis. We've all watched how hard you've worked over these years. Top 4 ranking, accumulated to finalists. position at the U.S. Open. How much pressure do you feel for being an iconic tennis player now for this generation and what it means for the generation of juniors coming up, and also just elevating the interest of tennis in the United States now? You're at the top of that mantle.
I mean, it's always been something that I've wanted to do throughout my tennis career is try to make tennis more popular in the U.S. and I really do think in order for that to happen, it is going to take winning a slam. And among this group that we have, I really want to be the one to do that. So I just have to keep working. And I've said before, I've been just consistently just improving bit by bit every year. So hopefully I can keep moving in that direction because it's close.
Taylor, you say you're an analytical player, so I'm going to ask you an analytical question. Mm-hmm. You like to play backhand cross with a discipline that has taken you to 4 in the world. To beat those Alcaraz and Sinner, do you ever think of changing up the patterns that are comfortable in your go-to patterns?
Just depends on a lot of it depends on the surface, the balls, the speed of the court. If it's in a slow condition, I can't go backhand line to those guys because they'll run over and they'll hurt me. It won't I guess generate enough. If it's a faster conditions, then I will look to come out of that rally, be a bit more aggressive, because then the backhand line, the risk of doing that will actually be worth it if I make it. But yeah, I mean, like a situation like Laver Cup, I played Carlos very, very slow dead. Went backhand line a couple times, got punished immediately for it. So it really depends a lot on the conditions and definitely the players as well. I think someone like Carlos, backhand's a bit better for me. With Yannick, definitely mix up the patterns a bit more and maybe go into work with my forehand a bit more. But again, a lot of it depends on how fast the court is, how fast the conditions are, if taking those risks are worth it or not.
Okay, Taylor, I saw the match against Denis Shapovalov last week, and in my opinion, it was a match. He played like a top 10 in the world. This guy was really, really tough. Do you believe that it was that level, that match? Because he crushed all the time the balls,
Yeah, I'd say the last 2 sets for sure. And I think, he played really well. I do think it's still one of those matches. We played that exact match, I think, 10 times with the chances I had. I think I will end up winning that match more than I lose it with the chances that I gave myself. He played a very good game to break me in the second set. I had 2 break points to get back. Both times he hit balls just barely catching the line to save the break points. And then served incredibly well. Third set, I had love 30 at 4-5 and 3 second serve points in a row. And that was my opportunity, and I didn't take it. And I think most of the time I would probably be able to break under those circumstances. So he played great. That's what I was saying before, is I feel like I'm also playing well. But that's what happens sometimes. Someone's playing well, they're serving really well. You might only get that one opportunity to make something happen, and I wasn't able to make something happen in that moment. And yeah, credit to him because he's playing great.
Taylor, have you had a three-peat before in the tournament?
I mean, never 3 times in a row.
Yes.
No, never 3 times.
So what would be like to?
I mean, it'd be awesome. I was pumped just to do 2 in a row last year. So 3 would be awesome. It'd be really cool.
How tough is it to do something like that? I mean, you're obviously the target.
Yeah, winning any tournament in general is tough. You got to go through the whole draw, and especially sometimes as the 1 seed, everyone is kind of going for you. People are going to play really well. They got nothing to lose against you. So I have to be ready to get people's best level in the matches this week, and I got to do what I've done in the past and be very mentally strong and just take care of what I need to take care of.
Is there something about this center court, the surface, the speed, the crowd that you have really enjoyed these last 2 years?
Yeah, I mean the crowd's always great. Playing in the U.S. is great. I live in Miami, so it's nice to be sleeping in my own bed and driving my car and going back and forth. I think that kind of like home feeling definitely gives me a bit of comfort and helps my overall like routine. I think having a routine for me is something that's always seems to be a common denominator in me having good weeks, and I think I've always just been able to get into a good routine.
So your boss campaign, what are you, like how do you feel the lifestyle in tennis combination, like what do you bring to that story a little bit? Because you do a lot of lifestyle stuff with the tennis as well. Like are you enjoying that part of it as well?
Yeah, I mean I enjoy it when the shoots aren't like 8 hours, it's like keep it short, get some good pictures. I think then it's fine, but I enjoy
8 hours long?
That one. I don't think so, no.
Okay.
But I've had some long ones, but I enjoy doing it. I think it's important to, for me, I want to be doing things that are outside of tennis, like we just spoke about before. I want tennis to grow out. I want tennis to grow in the U.S. and I think not necessarily this, but just doing things outside of tennis when I am able to. It's good to just kind of get out there.
Yes, Taylor, you were a little bit, outspoken about the constant change in balls and how that even contributed to an injury at the Australian Open. And you're not the only one. I know that Dino Medvedev, Carlos Alcaraz were also kind of outspoken about the balls. Do you know if the players are talking to the ATP if there's any progress being made, perhaps in getting a more, consistent ball situation so that the players are more satisfied?
Yeah, I talked about this the other day. It wasn't actually the Australian Open balls that were any kind of an issue. It was the balls that I practiced with and a lot of other players were practicing with. They went to the store, bought a case of the ATP Dunlop balls that are supposed to be what we use in Australia. It's supposed to be what we were playing with last week, supposed to be what we were playing with this week. And they were just not that. We've played with these balls for years, 5 years easy. I've never felt like it's changed that much. A lot of other players have complained about the quality control of it, but I've never felt like the ball has changed that much to where you couldn't chalk it up to just being court conditions or weather making the difference and why it might feel a little different. I've never complained about it. They've always felt similar enough to me. The balls that we were practicing with post Australian Open when I was training before Dallas, I've never seen anything like it. These are the worst balls I've ever played with. They're so dead. Short court, literally a short court rally of 5 balls. The balls are just I thought I got a bad case, and so I went and got another one, and it was the same. And Nakashima did the exact same thing too. He also got a case, and then went and got another case because he thought he had a bad case. So I don't know. The ATP, that's kind of out of their control. Like the factory, whatever, they're telling them it's the same ball. I'm sending the barcodes to the ATP. They're telling me it's the same ball. I get to Dallas, it is completely different. It's back to what I get to Dallas, and it's back to what I'm used to. So, I mean, I've never had that issue before, but the ATP's done a good job of trying to fix the schedule, so we're using the same ball tournament to tournament, that's in their control, and they are trying to fix that. The ball this week has changed. This swing in the past, Dallas was Dunlop, Delray was Penn, Acapulco was U.S. Open, Indian Wells was Penn, and then Miami was Dunlop. So we switched balls 5 weeks in a row, which is just absurd. So they've done a good job. Now it's Dunlop, Dallas, Dunlop here, Dunlop in Acapulco. So it's positive steps, but Dunlop's got to figure out what's going on with the ball situation on that one, because what I was dealing with at home was insane.
A couple more questions on the left here first. Going back to what you talked about in regards to growing the game and also too in regards to fashion, that was such a big reason why people took an interest in the sport. Even before they got on court, they wanted to look cool because nobody was going on with a Magic Johnson or Larry Bird pair of shorts hanging out, but they did that for tennis wear. Now we're seeing companies like Boss actually have an interest and have you and also Mateo as part of their fashion campaigns. How much of a difference have you seen in regards to the game growing because of other companies outside of just the athletic wear companies being a part of it?
I think like tennis wear kind of styles and fashion has grown a lot, especially in the last couple of years, and I think it's kind of like a thing now. People want to, wear tennis outfits, take photos in tennis outfits, but
especially ladies.
Yes, exactly. More so win for sure. But I think it's grown a lot in kind of making tennis a bit more, going to tournaments, a bit more of like a social event. Like you don't necessarily need to like be a huge tennis fan to go to a tennis tournament and enjoy it. And I think that's really important for the sport to be attracting new fans. Because I think something like F1 or golf and like stuff like that, they've been doing that for a while. You don't need to necessarily know anything about it to go enjoy the event and like have it be something fun and more social.
We're going on 10 years now from 2015 in Kalamazoo. With you, Francis, Kaz, Tony. Looking back now, 10 years from that event, you see the success that your teammates, your American countrymen, yourself, having this much success on the ATP tours?
It's tough because back then, like I don't think any of us knew what the actual real level of like being here is like. So I think a lot of us would have, I think if you told all of us back then this is where we were going to be, we'd all be pretty. Back then, we'd be happy. We'd be like, we'll take that. It's good. But I always knew we had a special group of guys, and I think a lot of the reason why where we're at is because of the rivalry between all of us and how we push each other to become better. I think if it was just one or two of us, we wouldn't be where we're at. I think we all have gotten better from just being together and pushing each other.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Mark, you want to come up here?